Hi and welcome back. Today's video is going to be an introducing video or kind of like a Q&A in which I answer all the questions you have asked me on Instagram and TikTok under the videos, in DMs or sometimes in the question stickers in stories. I also realized I have never done anything here on YouTube and I thought it would be a nice episode of 2025's Vlogmas series. So here I am doing that and hope you're gonna enjoy the video. So I am Cinci, a Hungarian girl with gypsy roots, gypsy Hungarian roots. I am 27 years old. I was born and raised in Hungary, but I moved to Austria when I was turning 18 to study there. Flute in performance. I have 2 degrees. One is flute in performance and the other one is for pedagogic studies. So I did both. For me, the priority had at the very beginning to have the flute performance degree, but during the years, during my studies, I realized that to get a job as a flutist, to play somewhere in an orchestra, for example, is harder than to get a job as a teacher. Lately, I realized it's completely the same actually, but whatever. So that's why I also started studying pedagogy, so that I will have a job for sure. At that time, I had nothing to do with social media. Yeah, I was studying in Linz at the Antwerpna private university. I think other people actually liked that university. I personally did not. That's all, but nothing horristical, trust me. I started playing the flute when I was 4 years old. Actually, I started with the Piccolo flute. I think also this many of you know because I post sometimes also a lot about the Piccolo for the reason that I actually started with the Piccolo and not with the flute. And funny, I started with that instrument because our school had no money for more flutes to buy and they only had Piccolo instruments. Gave it to students. That's the only reason why I started with the Piccolo. I was playing that instrument I think for almost 2 years. And then I switched to the flute when I was 6. I was still continuing playing the Piccolo, but mostly I was actually playing it in the school. In the school orchestra, I was playing in a school band. When I was studying at the university, we had also Piccolo lessons. Yeah, because our school was mostly training orchestra musicians, not specifically for solo. My whole family is around music, basically. That's why I also started playing the music. My mother is also a flutist. She plays in Hungary in an orchestra. And that's the reason why I chose actually the flute. So nothing special about it also. I don't say everyone is musician, but like in every generation, at least one person is, mostly men, are having a musician job. So they are also earning money with that. It's not just a hobby or something. All of my family members, going back 200 years, are musicians, mostly the men, as I said. I was doing a lot of competitions while I was studying in conservatory and also in the music school. I think we were doing every year at least one, which is a lot in case you tried already competitions. They were not small competitions. I also got sometimes prizes, not always, but I also have first prizes, second, third. I have basically everything already because I did so many. And it's very interesting because as soon as I started doing the university, I stopped doing competitions. Yeah, it was just a very different vibe. I also realized that there is also other sound idols and playing idols, because I just changed the country and obviously the culture was there a little bit different, the way how they think about music. Even though we are neighbor countries, it was different. So I realized first I need to get to that level and then I can do competitions. So I think I was only doing like 2 competitions maybe during the university or something like that. So really not much. Maybe it's interesting, maybe it's not interesting for you. I'm not interested to play in orchestra. I always thought maybe that mindset, maybe it's going to change with the years. It didn't. I still don't want to play in an orchestra. I don't want to lie. Like, I tried some auditions, only 2. No, actually I only tried 1 audition, to be honest. And that was also not for an orchestra, that was for a festival orchestra. Actually for an academy. So not even a job. Very interesting, but I still don't have the feeling that I want to be part of it. I mean, I like working in team, and I love doing music, and I love actually the orchestra excerpts, and I love orchestra music. But somehow, I don't know, to be an orchestra musician for me feels different. That does not mean that I will never work in an orchestra, because I do think that if you wanna be a good flutist, you need to try, at least try, so that you have more and more experience later to teach or to play anywhere or anything. But I don't think that I'm the person who will just get a job and do that until the end of their lives, you know? At the moment, I live in Germany, in Passau. It's not far from the city where I used to live at in Austria. I moved to Germany because I thought maybe I will have some new opportunities there with jobs and everything. But I'm gonna be really honest, like the teaching market for flute is horrible. You have basically no jobs. I mean, please don't get me wrong, but I'm not only talking about having a music school job. I'm mostly talking about, I don't know, conservatory or a university or some different kind of teaching job. I was also teaching in a music school in Austria, so I know how it is, and also in Germany. But I realized that is not for me, and I still like teaching a lot actually. So I might have changed that, or maybe I might have another job in the future for teaching, but at the moment there's literally nothing. So that's the thing about teaching. I still teach actually online a lot, so in case you would like to have lessons with me, do that. Send me a DM or send me an email. I love teaching, really, and I always think like I have such a big passion for getting my knowledge to others and to train them and to get them better at playing the flute. And sometimes I think it's just wasting time to not use that knowledge. And I don't say that I'm the best teacher. It's just, you know, like I would love to share my passion also about teaching with people that are interested about. That's also very important. I started doing social media when I had more tries. I've been already talking about this in last year's VLOGMAS, I don't know which episode. So I'm not going to tell you the whole story, but I always had a passion for beautiful things. Which is funny to say, but it's like I always loved, I don't know, beautiful interior, beautiful pictures, videos. I always try to make my room very aesthetic. I always try to romanticize everything basically. So that kind of passion and feeling for nice aesthetics directed me basically to start social media. I started seriously in 2023 in November, Instagram and TikTok, and during the time it developed also to YouTube, but now with the VLOGMAS I'm trying to be as active as possible, but otherwise I was not doing so much YouTube during the years because YouTube needs so much time and so much work, and I did not have that always. So I'm mostly active on Instagram and TikTok. I'm also a social media manager from Woodify. Woodify is a small company which creates accessories for the flute. They make this kind of sound rings, maybe you have seen already some of them. They make also finger rests and so on. So they are kind of a company. They are doing small cool accessories, flute gadgets for the flute, also for low flutes. So I'm the social media manager from them, and I manage myself mostly. And we're gonna see what the future brings about that, but this is what my everyday looks like. So I'm mostly focusing on myself as a flutist. I'm having now some concerts, also having some masterclasses in next year, and next to that I'm doing social media. So this is how I earned actually my money, because I don't teach anymore. Maybe I forgot to say that I don't have any teaching jobs anymore. I quit all of them because, as I said, I did not feel very comfortable doing them anymore. So I decided to go fully into content creation. It was a good decision. Yeah, so much about social media. Maybe I'm going to create also one episode about social media again, like how to start with and so on. But I don't know if you would be interested on that. So if you do, just let me know in the comment section, please. I think if someone knows me, probably they know me because of my social media platforms. If someone would ask me what kind of content I do, I obviously do music slash lifestyle, musician lifestyle. If I should choose 3 words how to describe myself, I would say aesthetic, flute, and probably career. Yeah, these 3 things are for me the most important thing in the past months and also in the next few months. I want to develop mostly this kind of things. I'm not really sure how people see me online. This has been always a question for me, like, how do people see me? Can they learn anything from me, you know? Because for me it is also very important that I'm not just doing the videos for nothing, you know, that I can get you actually something that we can build a connection with together, so that I'm not just posting things which have no value. That's pretty hard, if I really want to be honest, because I'm doing a lot of content, and I always need to make sure that I do something, that I deliver something interesting, and that you are interested about it. And yeah, not easy. But as I said, social media for another episode. I'm spending now some time with my family here in Hungary, because the past few months has been really crazy to me because I have done so many jobs last year. I was doing 2 teaching jobs, and the social media from myself and also from Vodafy that made me realize, also doing compositions and auditions all together, that my body was not basically able anymore to handle that. I got some issues with it. I just stay now for a while here. I mean, actually I go back this week to Germany. But otherwise, I'm changing now a lot my spa, basically where to be, yeah, which is okay, because I don't live so far. It's a few hours of drive, so it's not so far, but it's not easy because basically I don't feel anymore really home nowhere, you know, like I'm typically this person, like I don't feel home in Hungary, I don't feel home in Germany, I don't feel at home in Austria, because my brain is kind of switching up everything with everything, yeah. So, as I said, today was not a practice video, not a vlog video, but I still hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any other questions, please ask them in the comments. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe to this channel, and see you in my next video. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.